Tonight, two members of the West Virginia National Guard are fighting for their lives after police say a suspect shot them just blocks from the White House. And in the last 2 hours, President Donald Trump addressed the nation.
The hearts of all Americans tonight are with those two members of the West Virginia National Guard and their families. The love of our entire country is pouring out for them, and we are lifting them up in our prayers. As President of the United States, I am determined to ensure that the animal who perpetrated this atrocity pays the steepest possible price.
Right now, the shooting suspect is in custody, but a motive remains unclear. Maribel Gonzalez has the latest on the investigation.
A chaotic scene in our nation's capital Wednesday afternoon. Video shows police giving CPR to a downed National Guardsman next to a shattered bus stop shelter. A second troop seen on the ground surrounded by police.
I heard the shots and I just hid behind the chairs over there.
The two guardsmen shot and critically wounded in an apparent targeted attack while they were performing high visibility patrols near the White House. Officials say the guardsmen engaged in gunfire with the suspect prior to being shot.
At this point, we have no other suspects. We have reviewed video from the area. It appears, like I said, to be a lone gunman that raised the firearm and ambushed these members of the National Guard.
Multiple law enforcement sources say the shooter's ID matches a man from Washington state who appears to have immigrated here from Afghanistan in 2021. But note they are still working on additional confirmation.
I think the biggest question right now is to understand a more kind of rich picture, understanding who this person is and what their potential connections might be.
Following the shooting, President Donald Trump filed an emergency order to keep the National Guard in D.C. and send 500 more troops. This after a federal judge last week ruled the deployment was illegal. I'm Maribel Gonzalez reporting.
And just after the shooting, our sister station in D.C. spoke with one man from Georgia who witnessed it. Take a listen.
5 shots.
5 shots?
And then everybody was running. Then sirens everywhere, helicopters.
Where did you see everybody
There
kind
was 2 shots, and then 3 came probably 30 seconds behind them, too.
Also tonight, Georgia Governor Brian Kemp responding to the attack. He says, Marty, the girls and I ask that you join us in praying for the soldiers and families affected by the tragic events of today in Washington, D.C. Please keep all of those serving this holiday to protect their fellow Americans in your thoughts and prayers.